Hi, all you beautiful people. Cheryl here. Today I wanted to talk about the subject of guilt. When my daughter, when I first found out that my daughter passed away, I had one of the emotions that I was dealing with was guilt. I had racing thoughts and I couldn't sleep, and I kept waking up and I felt tormented by those racing thoughts of guilt. And one of the things is that she had went to jail a couple weeks before she overdosed, and she asked me if she could stay. You know, she had mentioned staying in this room, and she had two dogs at the time, and I had four, and so when I picked her up, she spent her last night in this room, and then I brought her back to her apartment, and I felt like at the time that that the dogs, that it would be too much for her to stay with me with the dogs, with all the dogs and everything. And so I was living with that guilt that that if I had just let her just stay with me, and if I would have just not worried about those dogs, that she would still be here. And so I actually presented that. You know, I told a dear lady friend of mine how I was feeling, and she said, you your daughter, you know, it was her time, and and the outcome would be the same no matter what you did, even if you had her stay in that room. It was her time, and the Lord just wanted to take her home. And so actually those comforting words really helped me, because I really strongly believe to this day that my daughter would, you know, that I didn't have any control in when it was her time. And so I wanted to share that with you today. So if you're struggling with guilt, so that you could understand, you know, because I think that we all have that guilt, um, especially if you're dealing with your child or a loved one with addiction, because, you know, it's painful enough as it is. And, so, you know, what happened is I also had a really hard time, because this bedroom is like right across from my room, and I just couldn't sleep because I couldn't walk past this room. This room tormented me, because every time I thought about this room, I thought about my daughter, and is the last place I seen her was in this room. And so I got this thought, you know, one day that that you know, that maybe I should just, you know, make this her room. And and so what I did is I just got all her stuff and all her belongings, and I just started, you know, putting stuff all together and decorating the room and the way that she would have wanted it, the way, and made it her room. And so now when I come into this room, I find comfort. I find comfort in this room, because, you know, I feel like, you know, like this is where I can go now and spend time with her. And so anyway, I wanted to share that with you. So I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you can relate to what I'm saying, and that this video helps you in some kind of a way. And so if you could please, you know, follow and subscribe, and, you know, have a nice day and take care of yourself. Give yourself a big hug today and take care of yourself.